Are you ready to make your literacy block the most efficient and engaging part of your day in 2025? In this video, we'll explore small, actionable tweaks that you can make to the Daily 5 framework that can lead to big results, create more engagement, and have your students excited to be at school every single day. In talking about the Daily 5, why should we give it a refresh? Well, we're coming back to school and we're facing so many things as teachers, not to mention burnout. I've been there before. I've done a YouTube video on that even. And our students are disengaged after coming back from a break, and we have to do things to make them excited about learning. And I know that's a big responsibility on teachers, but in this video today, I'm going to show you how you can already use the simple framework that you're using of Daily 5 and just make your students that much more excited about coming to school every day. I really want to emphasize to you the power of small changes. It's not about reinventing the wheel. I have never proclaimed to have been the inventor of the Daily 5. I talk about the book all the time. Simply what I've done is made small tweaks to it to make it more efficient for my classroom, and I'm always encouraging you to do that. You don't have to take what I say and do everything that I'm doing. If you do, great, it's worked for me. But something you can do in your own classroom is make small tweaks and write down things that have worked so that next year you'll know, okay, I really liked doing it this way, or I want to change this up. And that has been what's kept teaching fun and fresh and engaging for me as an educator, is knowing that I can do those small tweaks and make things better over time, and then also have the consistency of something like the Daily 5 framework that I can rely on no matter if I've moved schools, which I have, if I've been moving grade levels, which I have. All these things in the side of this framework stay the same, and that's what I love about it, but I can tweak things over time. So some things you can do to have a big impact that will really make an effect on your students coming back to school is going over those classroom procedures. You know, with Daily 5, I love incorporating whole brain teaching inside of our expectations. I have a video on that as well. And we go over those Daily 5 routines when we come back from any amount of time being gone from school. And in fact, we go over the expectations every single day. If you have that embedded into your routine, you're going to love that as a teacher because it just streamlines everything. Your students know what to expect, and there's truly no excuses for people not getting their work done or not behaving properly because you've gone over it and you've followed through on what will happen next. And I love that about Daily 5 is that when we go over those 5 expectations, they're always up on the board and my students know what to do, and they like the consistency of that as well. Another thing we can do to make our lives easier coming back from winter break is going over those transition times and streamlining them. So one of the expectations for Daily 5 is that we're going to get started right away. And if students are forgetting that, we're going to remind them until they get it right and not just letting things go, because when we get in the habit of, I'll just pretend like I didn't see that, or it's not a big deal, then they're going to continually do that. And part of Daily 5, the biggest effort that you're putting into is getting students to work independently so that you can pull those reading groups and get to work with students on a small group level or even sometimes a one-to-one level that you would not be able to do if there was constant interruptions and distractions in the background. You could even use a visual timer and have that on the smartboard to make transitions smoother. I am a big fan of just having a timer on my phone that links either to the smartboard or maybe a little Bluetooth speaker. And I like the Harry Potter theme song, Hedwig's theme, I think it's called, and I just play that when it's time to switch. That keeps me accountable, and my students know, okay, when I hear the song, it's time to go to the next station, and we go to the smartboard, we see what our choice is, we're ready to go for the day. Some things you can do that won't burn you out too much that can help with student choice is I'm always going to encourage you to trade out word work, but make it manageable. So if you have a system in place for word work, this is where you won't get frustrated with how much you're trading things out. So in my upper grades, we're working on different types of spelling patterns, and students will have something typically that's tethered to the ELA curriculum. And so you're doing that as a whole group lesson, and then their independent practice comes during word work time. And so that's switched out constantly. And so we don't allow our students to feel like that's getting boring because they need the repetition, but the sort changes every week. Our younger learners are going to have some kind of word work as well. Hopefully that is tethered to a curriculum so that you're not having to reinvent the wheel. I do have lots of word work activities inside of my TPT shop that you can tailor to your class and that you could change out on a weekly basis. But remember, just having a word work folder, someplace that they know where they can grab their work for the week, and having that routine so that it's undeniable what they're expected to do, and so you're not feeling stressed out. Something else that will add excitement to Daily 5 so that students are engaged is just having a different work on writing prompt every single day. And you could plan these ahead of time. I did that. I went ahead and made a year-long worth of writing prompts for every grade level. First started with my 5th graders, and then I made them for K through 5 after that. And you're welcome to use those as well. They're going to be linked in the description box. I love having a different writing prompt every day so that students cannot tell me they don't know what to work on writing. Another way you can make Daily 5 more engaging after winter break is changing up book clubs and offering different types of books that maybe you haven't offered before. It might even help you to try something new with your students, or maybe giving them the choice, presenting them with 3 options and letting their book club vote on that. And knowing that when we give students choice, it does increase engagement. Just remember that you don't need to change out your stations constantly. The writing prompts will help you with that. Consistently using your ELA curriculum for your word workstation, having a routine with that will help. I have a whole word work video. You can go check that out on how to do word work. I know that one really triggers people and it's a lot to set up initially, but it is worth it in the long run. And there's going to be Instagram posts that you see where somebody's changing out their stations constantly. And I'm going to urge you to remember the quote that I've said here often, that repetition is the mother of skill, and we want our students to really get comfortable with the skill that they're working on and that we've practiced together in whole group and now we're off doing it independently. And also we want them to get cozy with the idea that sometimes learning is repetitive. We can't be excited all the time like we're scrolling through YouTube shorts, and I know that's the attention span of some of our students that we're working with, and that can be really frustrating, but the way that you combat that is by having routines that are non-negotiable, that we've practiced, they're tried and true. They have parts that are choice, elements of choice that are woven into Daily 5 is what I love the most about it. And then when they're coming to book club, you're having those engaging conversations and truly modeling what a good reader does and how we can choose books for a lifetime that we will remember as adults that we engaged with as children, and showing them that we've done that ourselves and being that exemplary model for our students. I can't tell you how priceless that has been for me as a teacher to talk about books in a way that they haven't heard a book being talked about before. And I know that's a little bit easier in our upper grades. So if you are 3rd, 4th, and 5th, those are great conversations you can have. And I've been a kindergarten and 1st grade teacher for many years, so I know that you're teaching them more how to read. I do understand that, but you can still have great conversations with kids in the small group setting, but you're never going to get to the small group if you don't set up the Daily 5 routine. And then when we're re-engaging after winter break, going over those routines and giving yourself the time and the grace to know that we might have to practice, and that's okay. Another thing that you might want to incorporate going into a new semester is using Daily 5 as a great time to have some kind of checklist for your students. Maybe you're having an informal assessment when they're inside of your book club with them, or you're taking other parts of their Daily 5 work and holding on to it and using it as your documentation for grade card time, making it a little bit easier on yourself, but also that accountability factor is crucial for students so that they don't feel like everything is just busy work and everything does truly have a purpose. Another thing I mentioned before was book clubs, and maybe trying a new strategy and seeing if maybe there's a skill that a particular book club needs to work on. I love changing it up in book clubs because that's my favorite part of Daily 5, and something that really helped me over the last year was having a Daily 5 lesson planner that was completely separate from my Erin Condren planner, which I love, but I needed something on a clipboard that I could quickly access. I'm a pencil to paper kind of person, but I know that many people like to edit things in Google and have it electronic, and I like that too as far as categorizing and saving things for another year. So I'm sharing with you for free my Daily 5 lesson planner. You can grab it in the description box below. It's printable. You can print it in black and white if you don't want to waste the color paper, but it's also digital. So let me know, are you more of a digital planner or a paper planner? I'd love to see it. You can tell me in the comments. Re-engaging in Daily 5 is going to not only help you, but your students. And I've worked with many teachers over the last few years on getting Daily 5 routines and structures in place for them. And a second year teacher recently messaged me about their success after the Daily 5 workshop. And I am always so grateful to hear from you, whether it's a DM on Instagram or you reply to one of the emails I send you every week. I love sharing your wins with you. So if you ever have something that you want to brag about that's going well in your classroom, I'd love to hear it. Or if there's a struggle as well, you can send me a DM or an email. Another teacher that I worked with said that they're a 4th grade teacher, and after binging my content, they completely revamped their literacy block and they're using the Daily 5 and they'll never go back. And I love hearing that because I'm the same way. I can't imagine not using the Daily 5. I know our curriculum changes and I know that things change rapidly in education, but this system is tried and true and you can use it no matter what curriculum you're using. Now, if you're wanting a way to revamp for the new year, but you don't want to be overwhelmed, I would recommend just picking one station that you're going to work on. So if it is word work that you really want to tackle, start there. If your students have been asking to do Read to Friend, but you've been a little hesitant to get them to do it, well, you could practice that in the new year. That's one way you could re-engage them, is by offering them a new choice and giving them the expectations. And once they follow through on them and they can prove to you that they're going to be responsible with it, then you can implement that. And it's a great way to make them excited. Remember that you can change things up as you go. It's part of why Daily 5 is amazing. And don't forget that the Daily 5 lesson planner is down below. You can grab that for free. And if you're looking for a fresh start to Daily 5, you want the expectations, you want the choices up on the smartboard, and you don't want to have to think about what you're going to do for Daily 5, I have a Daily 5 starter kit that you can grab all of my favorite things that I have made for my own classroom all in one area, and you can use every single one of them on a daily basis, and I promise you that they will help you run Daily 5 like a well-oiled machine. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.